Hey, look at the nice things that are happening in New York subways.
This is off the charts.
Hey, are you too poor to travel? Now you can experience the joy of airport security on the way to your shit job.
Nice.
Yeah, if only the National Guard could also administer the vax at the same time, New Yorkers would be really happy. And by the way, none of those guys are wearing masks. None of those. I can't believe none of the National Guard guys.
Oh my God.
So this is happening at the New York subway. I guess this is the price of freedom.
Yeah. Hey, Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, is this your price of freedom, where you put the military in the subway to stop and frisk people? Because that's what's happening.
Well,
I think it's hilarious, by the way, that they're going through people's bags.
Yeah.
How many people you know carry a gun in their bag?
Well, in New York, you'd be surprised.
Backpacks and containers are subject to inspection. Backpacks and containers. Really? So if you have a knife or a shiv or a gun, you're going to put it in your backpack now?
Well, not anymore. Look at these four assholes standing there like their job is real that they're doing. Look at them. They're just like, well, it's my job.
The real crime,
Moron.
the real crime in the subways is that Metro cards expire.
Yeah.
That's the crime. At least Smokey the Bear Hat's going to get the gay vote. Anyway,
he's not actually a cop. He's just there for the sex.
I can't wait for them to add robot dogs to this. Huh?
The ones with the grenade.
Wouldn't that be great?
The exploding grenade dog?
Yeah. This is your America.
This is New York. This is the capital of not seeing shit in front of your face.
So this is, yes. This is New York City. This is the capital of capitalism. And end stage capitalism always ends in fascism. And here it is.
Listen, I lived there 20 years, and I'm telling you, the things that, if you don't do this, you learn real quick to do it. The thing of you just blind a bunch of shit right in front of your face.
So
and I was less blind than most, but that's part. Look how they all walk by. It's fine. Oh, it's New York.
So
it's
now,
a perennial shithole.
So now if you got a gun and you want to kill somebody, you take the bus.
They don't, in New York, it's personal grudges you shoot over.
Look at this. Go over there. Put it up over there.
Yeah, I'm sure she's the one you got to worry about.
This is crazy.
She got a mask on.
And she has a mask on. Another mask.
That's not the right
Another mask.
Just randomly picking people.
There you go. Come on, get over here.
Okay, price of freedom and so and such.
What if they say no?
I guess they can't ride the subway.
3 people have to watch. Now, how many are watching
And so what are the National Guard going to do? They're going to start arresting people? Because the National Guard can't arrest people.
They can disappear you.
Okay, so that's enough of that. Democrats fight crime as well, says Governor Hochul, as she fends off criticism after deploying National Guard to the subways. Jeez. Remember stop and frisk? Remember what Bloomberg did to black people? Now they're doing it to everybody, Kurt.
Hey, it looks like it comes off. I remember at the time I couldn't understand how people were defending that at all, because I knew if I was getting stopped on the way to places, I would not be cool with it. And I looked it up for stop and frisk. I was like, well, maybe they're getting all these guns. No, it was .002.
Yeah.
It was they weren't even finding more guns.
No.
They were busting pot.
That's what they were doing. They were putting people in the system and giving them a critical record for weed.
Yeah.
You know what we need in the subways to combat criminals with guns? Armed guards on minimal pay with machine guns. That's what we need. You heard me right. The answer is flood the subways with people who have returned from active combat, having killed lots of other people, and now view all populations as the enemy.
Well, in fairness to those guys, a mass influx of illegals that they probably were at war with in some other country have just come in. So it'll be a good reunion.
So to show the difference between how Democrats and Republicans fight crime, the Democrats just bring in the military and lock everything down. Fantastic. Really, so here's a little bit of the story. Governor Kathy Hochul is fielding criticism on her left and right flanks while touching off a riff from New York City's tough-on-crime mayor after deploying the National Guard to fight crime on city subways. Left-leaning Democrats called the plan to increase passenger bag checks and overreach. Republicans accuse Hochul of failing to adequately address crime. And a high-ranking New York Police Department official who reports to Mayor Eric Adams unleashed a barrage of criticism on I'll show you that in a second. But first I want to show you this.
We have had a series of high-profile crimes that have shaken the security of New Yorkers. Statistically, it's not what it used to be. It's better, much better. But I'm not going to talk about statistics. I'm going to talk about feelings and emotions and the psychology of a city. I want more people on the subways. We're not quite back to the pre-pandemic levels. And if people are feeling unsafe and won't come, then I have to do something about it and work with our mayor. The mayor already deployed 1,000 more NYPD. That was a great move. He has the primary responsibility for policing our subways. But I also have assets that I can bring to just calm down the fever right now. Because when you have a subway conductor with his throat slashed, and I spoke to the doctor who saved him yesterday, it's extraordinary, and another conductor hit with a glass bottle.
That was just an hour after you made this announcement yesterday?
Exactly.
So I guess they're going to start banning glass bottles. You know that's not what they're doing.
Wait.
So if I have a glass bottle in my bag, are you going to confiscate my glass bottle? No, you're not. Why did she even bring this up?
Okay. The last time we had, I remember after 9/11 when I was there, you would see some National Guard in the subways, right? And nobody had a problem with it. You know, we got to check because it was after 9/11. This is after a conductor got hit with a bottle. You know what it is?
Yes.
Wow, quite a downgrade. Yet an upgrade in response.
Listen to what else she says.
Guess what? We're going to take some strong action. There's no search and frisk. There's no stop and frisk. There's no profiling. All this is a deterrent, saying, you want to commit a crime? Go somewhere else,
Okay,
not on our subways.
So you're going to have the National Guard there, and they're going to search bags?
Randomly.
Randomly.
There is a
So stop and
statistic.
frisk.
What happens if you don't want your bag searched?
Then go home. We're not going to search you. You can say no.
Then go on the bus. Go on the bus and shoot somebody over there or stab them.
Not taking the subway.
How are you going to enforce that? I mean, it's hard to get people to pay the fare right now. You still have so many people evading fares.
Hey, can I just tell you something? The subway should be free. Public transportation should be free. We got the money. Well, you know how much you could ride the subway for free for the next 50 years for the money we send to Ukraine, okay? The subway should be free. Public transportation should be free in the United States. Okay, that's my soapbox.
What, you want the state to run?
Well, guess where these individuals are positioned? Right near the turnstiles. So you want to look in the eye of a police officer or an MTA transit police or a National Guard and still skip the fare? Go ahead.
There's so many entrances.
So this is the governor of New York explaining that the good days are over.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying. This should be called her Goodbye New York interview. This is unbelievable. This is the price of freedom. John Stewart would tell you.
Every subway station. How do you patrol this? I mean, do you have someone stationed at every entrance? Do you have select entrances?
We are looking at the main transit hubs where the most people come to. We're going for volume to supplement the NYPD's efforts throughout the whole system. And the other element is we're going to have cameras on every single subway.
Wow. So it takes a woman to be the first upskirt mayor, I guess, because that's what that sounds like.
Hochul. Her name, she sounds like the laugh Goofy has. Hochul.
Here is Brianna Joy Gray response to this. She goes, did she just say she called in the National Guard to do bag checks in the New York subway because a conductor got hit with a glass bottle? Are glass bottles going to be prohibited on the subway? MTA bans Snapple. I mean, Snapple already switched from glass bottles to plastic, so you don't get that when you open it anymore, which sucks.
Yeah. Can I have my sugar juice with the little popping noise I like, please? I guess not.
Like, I'm truly sorry that happened to the conductor, but how does this policy deter that outcome? It doesn't.
It slows the spread.
This person says more cops only makes people who look like her feel safe.
That's stupid. That's a stupid thing to say. I mean, it's really fucking stupid.
I'm sure a lot of people.
Dude, all these neighborhoods that, especially in neighborhoods that are like bad neighborhoods, you're not supposed to stop and frisk people for no reason. You're supposed to punish the crime that also hurts black people. Take that BLM scam bullshit and get the fuck out. It's done. It's crazy.
New York police chief says New Yorkers want truth and solutions. Let's talk.
Ugh.
Transit crime is down. This is that guy who answers to the mayor of New York. He said transit crime is down 12% in the last 5 weeks because of extra cops deployed, a planned commitment by New York Police Department and the mayor. Our transit system is not a war zone. Bag checks have been around since 2005. Really? I have solutions. So he has different solutions. So
yeah, but when you arrest them, don't let them out immediately.
That's what he's saying.
Bail reform, that stupid thing they did that caused a lot of crime.
So here, if they know it on CNN. Listen to what they say on CNN.
Joining us now. Okay, so the National Guard shows up, a highly unusual situation in the New York subway. What can they do? Are they there as a presence, or can they actually do some effective law enforcement if they're called?
Well, they're there as a visible deterrent. Here are government people in army uniforms with, machine guns.
With absolutely no policing power. You think they're going to chase down a criminal and then do what? Here we go.
But that's about all they can do. They'll do the bag checks. Now, why are the bag checks useful? They may come up with a gun in a bag, a knife in a bag for someone who wasn't expecting to get caught in a bag check.
Yes, for the people who still think that it's smart to put a gun or a knife in your bag after there's bag checks in the subway. So you're really only going after the mentally challenged people carrying. Okay.
But most of the crooks I know don't carry their gun or their knife in their bag. So that'll be useful, but they're not going to be able to chase criminals. They're not going to be making arrests. If somebody runs up to them and said, I just got robbed and he went that way, they're probably not going to chase him, because if they catch him, they don't know what to do and they don't really know the system. So a lot of this is the scarecrow effect, but it might make some people feel better and make some people feel apprehensive seeing soldiers in the subway.
Right. You're seeing these sort of like the army has come in with their guns and you're wondering what the heck is going on.
It's like one of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like what happened for this to occur, if you haven't been keeping up with all that's been going on. I'm curious what the NYPD thinks of the National Guard coming in, because as you say, if they cannot do any effective law enforcement, they are just a deterrent, then the people that they will have to call is the NYPD, correct?
Right. So there's perception and there's reality, but perception is reality if you're a subway rider. Right. If you don't feel safe, you're not safe. Crime is actually lower than it was before the pandemic. The grand larceny numbers, that's somebody taking somebody's phone or stealing a sleeping passenger's wallet out of a bag, that's up, I think, 13%. Right. But
what?
The percentages sound like crime is up. The numbers are actually very small. You've got a system with 3 million people in it, and the crimes are in the hundreds, not the thousands. If there was a city of 3 million that had these crime numbers, they'd be one of the safest cities in the country. It's the disorder. It's the guy sitting next to you on the...
That's bullshit. Number one, when they're not going to solve crimes, people don't report crimes. So that means the numbers are low because you don't know how many crimes there are because they're not. That's unbelievable.
So CNN acknowledges that the National Guard in the subway can't even do anything. New York City is actually safe, and this is just about appearances.
You know who it's for? The mass influx of illegals from countries where their police are dressed like soldiers and have machine guns. It's for them. A lot of them don't speak English or know how to read English, so hopefully they'll be fooled and go, oh, this is just like the country I came from where they have Uzis. I'll bet you, a big part of it's that.
When fascism comes to America, it's going to be wearing giant earrings.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I hope you're happy, America. You got a Democrat to put the military in the subways and do random stop and search.
And not be able to help if
And not be able to help if there's actual crime.
Best part.
So if there's actual crime, they won't be able to do anything.
You don't even get the safety of fascism, just the appearance of it in your face when you go in the subway.
National Guard. This is National Guard are now being used as cops in subways. We can't send them to the border.
Mall cops, actually.
You can't send mall cops have more power.
She's the governor that first decided during COVID that those 70,000 healthcare
Oh,
workers
she's
and replace it with National Guard.
Yeah, and
she got
so
one move.
I'm just waiting for her to say, "Hey,
She's
you know
got
what?
one
We've got to
move.
replace all of these healthcare workers, and then the National Guard will start performing abortions."
So hey, if you're upset about the militarization of our subways, we'll see you tomorrow night in Palm Springs. That's tomorrow night in Palm Springs, which is tonight. Was Saturday? This Saturday, right? What's the date?
Today,
March 9th. It'll be March 9th in Palm Springs. We'll see you there. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Hey, Field of Greens. Do you know what Field of Greens is? It's the healthiest thing you can do every day. It's literally just one scoop a day. It tastes great. I actually like the taste of it. I thought it tasted like the fresh cut grass and lemonade at the same time, in the best way possible. And it will completely improve your life. It's nutrition the way nature intended. It'll give you, they say here, it gives you way more energy throughout the day. It helps you sleep better throughout the night. Gives you healthier skin and hair. It helps with digestion. And it just overall makes you feel healthier and better. So what is it? It's radically different. Each organic fruit and vegetable was medically chosen to support heart and vital organ health. And you should trust Field of Greens to keep you healthy. What is it? Please, they won't tell you. Can I just tell you what it is? They don't tell you what it is in this. It's like vegetables and fruits, and they freeze dry them. It's not filler. It's actual. And then you take a scoop of it, and you can put it in a smoothie, or I just put it in water when I drink it, and I like the taste of it. So I promise you're gonna love this product. That's what I'm saying. But if for any reason you don't, they're gonna give you 100% of your money back. So that's why it's no skin off my nose to say that. If you don't love it, you get your money back. Isn't that amazing? So, and plus, I guess what? I got you 15% off your first order, plus free rush delivery. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use the promo code Jimmy. That's promo code Jimmy at fieldofgreens.com, fieldofgreens.com. So if you're into that stuff, Field of Greens, great stuff, and it's good for you. Hey, come see us live on tour in Los Angeles, Palm Springs, Stockholm, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Berlin, Copenhagen, Oslo, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Cortland, New York, Oakmont, Pennsylvania, right outside Pittsburgh, El Paso, and San Antonio, Texas. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.